Ah, give me all your money, I'm a robber.
That's not true.
Oh yeah, huh?
Hey guys, welcome to Table Talk, the show on the internet where we talk about your topics and questions via the hashtag Table Talk and the Reddit /r/SourceFed.
You didn't have to shut down my bit immediately. You could have gone with it a little
Here,
bit.
do it again, do it again.
All right, let's start over.
We'll be real scared.
Okay.
Okay.
Ah, I'm a robber. Smash!
No, please, please don't smash.
Hey, Robert, go away.
I'm sorry, I'm gonna put this stuff down now. I accidentally brought over the boom.
You're so brave.
I know. I saved our lives.
Wow.
I'm Bree Esrick.
I'm Willem de Hain.
I'm just Lieberman.
Aw.
Hello. No, it's a good place to be. I like being Lieberman.
What do I get as my reward for saving your life?
Who put gum on their can?
That was me.
Were you saving it for later?
Yes.
Are you seriously gonna put that piece of gum back in your mouth?
So I put my gum under the soda top.
Oh my god, that's gross.
It's
Well,
stuck to the
listen.
parts.
I like to save it for later, for after this La Classe. But honestly, though, when I take a sip, this is lemon flavored, so my nose is in it, and I get this very strong mint. So it's like a lemon mint.
Did you
But
know-
that's like great because those flavors complement
did you
each
know-
other.
Those flavors are good.
One
together.
time a woman got a disease from drinking out of cans and not washing them first in the 90s, and I heard about it, and I think about it all the time.
I actually think I heard that too.
Yes!
I remember that.
A
Yeah.
long time ago.
Wait, what?
One time a woman kept drinking like soda cans and she didn't wash them off, and there's some schmutz in there, and it gave her a goddamn disease.
Yeah,
Did
you're
you
supposed
know-
to open the soda can and pour it into a glass. The more you know.
And also before you open it, pour some water around there, and because it's been in the factory.
Yeah, you gotta
I-
wash the top.
I used to work in a t-shirt factory for a couple of months, and I dropped so many shirts. Wash your stuff before you get them. I have
You
dropped
worked in a
shirts
t-shirt
on the floor.
factory?
Yes, here, right over there.
Filthy,
That's not a
filthy
factory.
flag.
It
Will.
is. If you've been in there, oh my God, you
not a
walked through it.
factory,
You walked
Will.
through
It's not
it.
a factory, it's
What
a
is it?
warehouse.
It's like a really small
Oh!
warehouse.
What if I took this off and it wasn't me? It was somebody else.
That would be shocking. If that
would
wasn't
cry.
just a bandana, but the whole face
Yeah,
came
the whole
off
face came
too,
off, and it was
that would be
somebody else, and it was
terrifying.
Sam. And
And I'd be like, Sam, why are your arms still black? And then he'd peel those off.
he's like, oh, these are the sleeves.
Yeah.
And he'd throw
Oh
them
my
into a
God.
different room.
Wait a minute, but if you're here and Sam's there,
And
but,
you take your head off and it's me.
but that means, oh boy.
I want you to take yours off and it's me, and then Bree takes off her face and it's still her.
Can I take off my face? I'm still me, and then I go into my car and I go home.
Then you go
Yeah,
home.
that sounds
Thanks.
great.
Drive home.
All right, we got a question here
Oh, okay.
from Don't Use Your _ Thumbs, okay? Who's the worst teacher you've ever had?
Ah,
I got
know,
a
I
tie
know.
between the two. You go
You go
first, Bree.
Matt, what? No, you go first.
whatever just happened right now, I don't like.
You go.
Raina.
Fine, I got two. I got two.
Is this what?
I got two. First one, Mr. Matafar.
You made him up.
No, Mr. Matafar.
Matt makes up all his
Teachers
stories
have
on
the
Table
worst
Talk.
names.
That is the craziest
Wait,
thing.
wait.
I believe
No,
you. I
pause.
believe you.
All teachers have the worst names.
They do. My teacher, my favorite teacher of all time, Mr. Bader.
Mr. Bader.
Mr. Bader.
No way.
We had something
swear
like
to
that
God,
too. What was his name? Oh no, he was.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
I remember
Bale.
it was the first day in 9th grade. I had him 7th period, last period, and all the kids were like, haha, his name is Mr. Bader. I was like, oh, like Darth Vader? I was a young boy back then.
I really want him to
now I'm
become
like, jerk it
Headmaster
off.
Bader.
Huh?
I want him to become Headmaster Bader.
I
of
like
the
that.
debate
Yeah.
team.
So Mr. Matafar was just a really, really shitty math teacher. He had no control over the class, and he would just kind of just talk like this. Hello, my name is Mr. Matafar. We're gonna learn about
It's
algebra.
funny how some teachers have no control over the class. I like
Yeah.
that you said that.
is-
Some teachers walk in the room and it's like, and then some teachers walk in and they're like, ah, West Side, Toronto. Like,
I've never seen so many people have headphones in their ears for an entire class.
Yeah.
And I would sit in the back, and I was lucky enough. I had a laptop. I'd gotten permission to use a laptop at school because of my physical and mental disabilities.
What disability?
ADD? Like,
No, well, I have a processing problem, and I don't know. My mom fought for it for years. I wasn't doing my work.
see, my mom is the opposite. She always fought against me having things.
Really?
He's not sick. He's playing.
Same with me.
Yeah. Oh my God. Our moms are different.
Yeah, our
wait,
moms
wait.
are different. She would never believe if I had a physical ailment, but when it came to like she put me on medication for ADD when I was 5. Like,
You were a child.
yeah.
You
That
were
was
a
just
child.
being a kid. I hadn't discovered myself yet.
Well,
What was
some kids have.
I know.
Some kids
ADD.
actually,
But-
yeah.
Were you walking on your toes? Are you one of those kids that walked on their toes?
not all the
'Cause
time.
That's like a sure sign.
Actually, I do that.
What do you mean?
I do that, and they
That's a
actually said it's a
thing.
sign of autism, and I'm like, which one do I got? All right,
You could have both.
I'll take either of them.
I don't know.
I only want one.
Look, my brother and I are 14 months apart. He's older than me, and he was diagnosed with ADD.
Okay.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
I
And-
was diagnosed with ADD.
I believe it.
Well, oh, thank you. Yeah, no, and he was later diagnosed with Asperger's. And because we were so close in age, they raised us the same. So because he had those issues and I was, very boisterous and loud, they assumed that I had problems. I went to a lot of doctors.
I just wrote a video about this that I have not filmed yet, and because I forgot I did it. I wrote it like a week ago about how like people are like from our generation. Wait, you're a little older than me, but they're like, oh man, '90s kids are so awesome. '90s cartoons were awesome. No, they made us get ADD.
SpongeBob was like linked to ADD in
Yes,
children.
Yeah.
because we can't pay attention to crap because they get these little 12-minute episodes where it's like okay,
Okay, but
Yeah.
episodes were even shorter, like cartoons, like Warner Brothers cartoons and Hanna-Barbera cartoons were like 7
but
minutes
they were
long.
calm. It was like, hey, Bonnie, Bonnie Rebel, what are you doing?
You know what? No,
Now
cartoons-
it's like, Bonnie Rebel, what are you doing? Let's go jumping over the mic.
I don't know. Cartoons definitely have influence over. Like, for instance, I saw Lieberman playing with like a TNT explosive.
It's like with a TNT.
It was
It's
and
true.
bad.
Acme.
I don't see anything wrong
And
with
then
it.
an anvil fell on
Why
it.
do you
Guys,
keep-
I have this amazing wingsuit. I'm gonna go up on the roof. We're
Yeah,
gonna
it's gonna
try it
work.
out. It's gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
It's gonna work until I get struck
So,
by lightning.
Back to Mr. Metaphor.
Mr.
never answered
Matafor.
this
Basically, he was just a shitty teacher, and he graded us really poorly. He didn't teach us anything.
Did he grade you too strictly?
Strictly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other teacher was Mrs. Banks. This was my second grade teacher.
Was
and
she hot? Her name
no.
was Mrs. Banks.
Was she one of the Huxtables? I mean, I'm sorry, one of the the Fresh Prince women. The Fresh Prince people are the Banks. I'm sorry. I got my 90s sitcoms
Sorry,
wrong.
no. She was this older woman, and she was really strict and really mean. And I remember the reason she got fired ultimately.
You got a teacher fired? You
I
had a
did-
teacher that got fired?
She got fired. She got fired that
Matt
year.
fired her.
Matt fired her?
I fired her because I was president of my
7-year-olds.
student class. Yeah.
He was like, Mrs. Banks, you'll file.
You'll file.
Also, can I have my go-gurt?
No, she got fired because there was this girl who was basically blind without her glasses, and she lost her glasses during a fire drill and got lost in the school. And
so sad.
And when Mrs. Banks found her, because she got chewed out for losing a kid and not having all of her kids outside, she fucking reamed her out. She screamed at her for like a solid 20 minutes and like gave her like 2 weeks of detention. And her parents came back and were like, yeah, so this is unacceptable. And the school board was like, you right? And she got fired. But the reason I got in trouble with her, I used to stretch my fingers like that. I used to
Okay.
stretch them absent-mindedly because that's just what I did. And some kid saw me do this and was like, Matt just flipped off the teacher. He just flipped off Mrs. Banks. And I didn't know what flipped off meant. I barely knew what curses were. I was a late bloomer. And
You two
You
both,
were a late
yes.
bloomer, yeah.
she assumed that I'd done that, and I had like an afternoon detention. I wept through the whole thing because, like, I don't know. I always assumed I was gonna be the kid who never got in trouble because he was a good kid.
Yeah.
I thought that about myself.
What about
too.
your teachers? I've been talking too long.
Oh, that all went to shit.
I actually remember the name of my teacher while you were telling that story, so
Really?
thank you.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Why don't you go next then?
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm not gonna say her name because I'm sure she's still out in these streets hurting people.
In these screens,
Hurting
watching
people.
YouTube
Hurting kids.
videos.
It's not like a big story or anything, but I remember I had a teacher that I liked a lot, Miss Greenwood, and she
Was she a fox?
She was cool. I liked Miss Greenwood, and one day she went somewhere. I don't know where she went, but we had to get we got a substitute, and the substitute, like your other teacher, has no control of the room, and the kids are running wild. And I was the only one that was like trying to do my work because back in 6th grade I was very studious. I remember
I can see that.
I was super studious up until like
Last year.
a year ago. I realized I'm like I can't sit around and do this anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I remember this other kid in my class, LaRon. How am I remembering these people's names?
Yeah.
Maybe you got brains left, Will.
I
You
got
ain't never
brains
done
left.
drugs or had sex.
Well, you never know what I've been doing. And I had a book. I think it was like history or math. It had a colorful bird on it. I remember. And he was like, Laurent was like, oh, let me borrow your book. So I finally got up for the first time in class, gave him the book, Then Miss teacher I don't like came in, and she is the meanest teacher I've ever seen in my life. She has such control of the room. People like kids are like.
Was she a literal monster?
She's a literal monster.
With a wig.
With like antlers.
She just goes out. She goes full monster.
Swamp,
She's
like,
full
dripping out of
monster.
her?
She's full monster. Kids would like say that they had Miss and then they were like, I have Miss
Everyone's like,
and I'm upset about it. So she comes in, all the kids run back to their seats. I walk back to my seat, and she's like, "You out here playing musical chairs, huh? I'm writing you up a referral." And I'm like, "Miss, what are you talking about?"
Isn't that the craziest thing that like when you're a kid, a referral is a bad thing, but when
huge thing.
you're an adult, a referral is great.
You get a
Like,
referral. Refer me. Yeah, refer me.
Yeah, I'll refer you to my doctor.
Plus, if somebody wanted to give me still a referral now, I'd be like, give me 10 referrals.
Come on, what you gonna do with me with that
10
referral? What?
Give me-
Oh, they're gonna know who I am? Okay, I'll book an
I want
appointment.
them to know me. I want
yeah,
to be dangerous.
I'll book an appointment
Toronto.
for Saturday detention. I don't need no Saturdays, Mrs.
But yeah, she gave me a referral, and then I had to go to see the counselor, which was Mr. De something. He was
DeVita?
bald. I think it was DeVita. He was bald, and
Mr. DeVita.
he was like, "Oh,
Mr.
I know
You
you."
and Danny DeVito is your
It
principal?
was Danny DeVito.
Holy shit.
No, and he was like, "Oh,
Hey, you kids! I'm real short and I'm real angry. What'd you do this
I
time?
own a bar and a gun, and it's always sunny."
Is your mom hot?
No.
Then you're in detention.
And then basically he was like, "Oh, I know who you are," and then he ripped up the referral, and I was like, "F you, miss, And I will always remember that memory at least once a month.
Miss.
Will you say in your Danny DeVito, will you go, I'm big and you're small. I'm right and you're wrong.
I'm big and you're small. I'm right and you're wrong.
And there's nothing.
And there's nothing you can do about
Is
it.
this a reference
a
to the movie
Matilda.
No, it's
Big?
Matilda.
Big? I liked Matilda.
Matilda.
She
I
can
used to-
move stuff with her mind.
Mara
used to
Wilson.
love-
She's a writer now.
Remember when that kid had to eat that cake? And
Yeah, Brucey.
Yeah,
And he
Brucey,
kept
Bruce
just eating the
Bogtrotter. He ate the
I finally have
whole
seen a
thing.
movie you guys have seen.
Yeah.
Look
I
at
know.
you.
Remember the Chokey?
Oh man,
Ooh, that
Chokey was scary as fuck.
But also when she has like the Trunchbull has chocolate in her teeth and she's like, much too good for children. You know?
And Miss Honey was like a smoke show.
Miss
Yeah.
Honey. Anybody named Miss Honey, goddamn. Woo! I was named Miss Honey, I'd be hot.
That's true. That's true.
Anybody named Miss Honey, damn.
That is true. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
teacher.
Yeah,
Teacher.
worst teacher, worst teacher.
Her name was Miss Sullivan,
I
and she
hate
was
her.
my sophomore teacher, and she was a big fat C.
Whoa.
What is that?
C word.
Oh,
Means that
I'm
she's
like-
average. She averaged to
I was like-
75%
In
her
li-
ability
yeah,
to
her
teach.
I'm
ability
glad
to
you knew
teach.
that.
She's a big fat
I was
C,
like,
C minus.
What do you mean? C cups? I'm like, are you like?
I'm trying
Very
not
confused.
to curse as
Oh.
much.
Has anybody said the C word on SourceFed before?
Cunt?
Yeah. Oh, there we
She
go.
was a big fat cunt.
Oh God,
All right,
damn.
there we go. There, it's out there. No, she was so awful. So she would not teach us. We would go into her classroom for 5 minutes, and she would say, "All right, now go sit outside," because I'm schooled in SoCal. So
Sure.
go sit outside with your reading groups. 2-hour class, right? She just let us go outside, and she would not come out ever.
Who the fuck is that?
For 2 hours. I don't know. And so my reading group and we would just go to the movies.
What?
We would walk because
Wait, how old
That explains a lot
15?
about you.
You just went to the movie?
Yeah, because it was a 2-hour class.
Balling
She
out.
never came outside. We would just go to the movie, come
And
back
back
right
then,
in time.
Will, in the 1990s, films were shorter than 2 hours.
It was actually 2000s. guys.
Yeah, we're like
In
the
the
same age.
1990s.
We were in
Yeah,
high
so
school at the
like-
same time.
Were we?
Yeah. When did you graduate?
Oh wait.
I graduated 2011. Yeah. Oh, I remember 208 girls. I had a thing. Oh man, so many. Oh my God. When I was
Them
a
08
Oh wait,
girls?
girl, no.
No, that's a real
That's
thing
actually
in my life.
that actually is a real thing. Cause
Yes,
when
for
I
me?
was when I was a junior,
was
those
that?
them freshman girls.
When college?
No, in high school.
Were we in college? I mean, high school at the same time?
No.
I remember when I was a
I
freshman.
graduated in 2010.
College in 2020.
Oh yeah, college in 2010.
I graduated high school in 2011. This is very confusing. All I'm saying is that when
When did you graduate high school?
2006.
so same
Okay,
as
so
you.
we were in.
I
we were in high
remember,
school at the same
yeah.
time.
When I was a freshman in high
08
school,
girls.
there were so many girls that graduated in 2008. At the time, was way before me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I love all these girls." Pina, oh man,
Pina.
I miss her so
Pina.
much.
I miss Pina too.
Rachel, her name was Pina. I was in love with Pina. You have no idea. I've never been in love with a woman
Tell
like
us
I was
more
in love
about
with Pina.
You were in love with the peanut?
I was in love with Pina.
What would you do with the peanut if you had it?
If she didn't have a baby already, I would have put one in her.
Next question.
Pina is a real woman.
All right, next question. This is from Can I Has Bay. What was the worst 90s toy?
Furbies.
Jinx.
That is obvious. And they
And-
brought him back.
And they brought him back.
With
which is-
disturbing LED eyes.
Hold on, I got a tech. It's Peanut. Nope, it's not. It was an email.
I can't decide if it's
Penis
funnier.
baby.
It's Peanut's baby.
I can't decide if it's funnier that Peanut sounds like peanut or penis.
It's Peanut. Peanut.
Peanut is real funny.
Yeah.
It sounds like Peanut, and
Yeah.
that's just funny.
Anybody at
Funny
home
the
who
way
laughed
it is.
at Peanut's name, I'm gonna kill all y'all.
It's real important to him.
Peanut is the first love of
What
my
if
life.
I told you that
Peanut.
Steve laughed at Peanut's name?
I'll kill Steve twice. I'll bring him back to life.
Okay.
Oh, Steve.
And then kill him again.
Hell yeah.
So Furby, but also Skip-Its.
Skip-Its were garbage.
They were
this thing?
they were great until you hit your fucking ankle so hard. That thing bruises.
It's the
Okay.
thing that you wear around one foot
Yeah.
and you spin it.
Maybe your lives are different, but every single toy commercial I ever saw, I never got any of that. Didn't want it. Well, I guess I wanted moon shoes, anti-gravity
I wanted moon
shoes.
shoes.
Never. Did you know anyone with moon shoes?
My neighbor
You
Benjamin.
really?
My neighbor Benjamin got every single toy, and we couldn't really. I mean, we weren't like poor, but we were like, yeah, we were poor. So we got like our neighbors' leftover toys.
The
and
only-
we were done with them.
Really?
Like hand-me-down toys, yeah. Like Skip It. I think the Skip It was
My
hand-me-down.
Was it
parents-
already like beat to shit?
Yeah.
That's the one reason why I didn't like Skip It is like it's impossible to keep it nice. You're buying
Yeah.
a toy
So you're
to
gonna
wind up with a
scrape on the
piece of
ground.
junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just crazy to me. There was all those commercials, and I'm like, I never had any of those things. I think it's because my parents, we weren't poor, but we definitely weren't rich, and we were like, we're right at that part of middle class where it's not fun being in middle class.
Totally,
But,
okay, yeah.
But like, I remember they'd always encourage me to save my money and
Yeah.
like to buy my own stuff. And once you save up your money, you're like, I don't want that. That's how I was.
See, I
Yeah.
spent all my money on video games. I'd save my money and then I'd buy a video game. My parents,
Yeah, me too.
Like,
Yeah.
like we never wanted for anything, but my dad was always super cheap growing up because
Mine too.
Because he grew up poor and he
That's
was
how
like, this
dads
could
is.
all go away.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's smart, and I respect him for it. But you know, you get toys maybe once a year. You get it at Hanukkah.
My
if you
dad,
get anything.
my dad is the cheapest man on earth, but you can convince him into buying anything. Like,
Really?
I remember if you read something on a can, he's like, "Oh, got natural flavors and will heal you." All right. Like, remember those kombucha drinks that are disgusting?
I like
I
kombucha.
love
It said
them.
some positive stuff on it. He bought a whole crate full of them. I was like, "What the hell?"
Will?
But we can't get moon shoes.
What if I told you,
Will.
Will, what if I told you that I used to brew my own kombucha and intend to do so again?
Would you share?
That's the
I
most
would totally
Lieberman
share.
thing I've ever seen heard in my whole life.
I love that that's become a thing for you.
Anything
where-
healthy and good for
Yeah.
you, that's a Lieberman thing. You want some kale and kombucha? That
Oh,
sounds like
yeah.
the worst meal of my
Sounds
life.
like-
Oh
Heaven
my
on
god,
earth.
homemade kombucha is incredible.
I have had good kale though, I will say.
You gotta massage.
Where'd you
the
get good kale?
At Phil's wedding, and that was delicious.
You gotta massage it with oil.
Yeah, you can massage it with
Or it's just
oils.
lettuce. That's what Lieberman told me.
Well, I mean, basically it's just lettuce. And yeah.
Oh, it's my turn, huh?
And we never talked about why Furbies are super creepy, but I
Oh,
feel like
we know
everyone
why.
knows.
Because they don't turn off.
Yeah, that's why. That's
Anything
why.
that doesn't turn off is bad for you.
I
My
put a
ex-wife.
keepa, I put a yarmulke over his sensor so that I wouldn't accidentally get
A
him to
yarmulke?
say anything.
God damn it! I always wished I was Jewish. I want to wear a yarmulke.
Can
I
you
wanna wear one
see
so
right
bad.
now?
No, especially when I do this. I can't see anything. But I want a yarmulke.
Don't talk about Judaism with that over your eyes.
Here, I'll put it on my head.
offensive.
I like always wanted to like be a part of Jewish culture. It's a, you know why? Rugrats made it cool.
Rugrats
Yeah,
made
they
it
did.
cool.
The
There's
Hanukkah
the-
episode was the shit.
That's the first time we've had a show about Jewish people that wasn't overtly about like, you know, super like, it's with any like race or religion, they make it super prominent in the show.
Right.
Rugrats was a show about people that happened to also be Jewish.
And
it
even
came
just
up.
one family. One
Yeah.
family was Jewish.
One family was Jewish.
And not even that religious. They just celebrated the holidays, and then you would
Wait.
never have any idea.
Did they do Christmas too, or they just
They did.
Hanukkah?
No, they did Christmas too,
And Hanukkah.
And Hanukkah.
Because Chucky.
because of Chucky.
And Angelica?
Oh, I don't
they're
have a
related.
mom. Damn, Chucky.
He didn't. That's so
It was so sad in the French movie when they're all dancing with their
Oh,
moms.
yeah.
I can't see a damn thing right now.
No, it was real sad. And then, oh yeah, and then Chucky's dad married a smoke show.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Kimmy.
The
Kira.
Japanese woman,
Kimmy.
Raina. Woo!
Raina.
her
Kira,
name-
I think it was.
Kira, yeah.
And with Kimmy was the name of the
Kimmy was
kid.
the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a question. Oop, it's upside down. It says, "What's a popular TV?" Oh, Sexual Earwax says, "What's a popular TV show you just can't get into?" All of them.
Sexual earwax? Come on, buddy. Popular TV show I can't get into. The Walking Dead.
Oh, that's
I would
fair.
never watch The Walking Dead.
I'm sorry.
fair.
I just if half my friends say, "Oh, it's great," and the other half say it's the worst show ever made, I'm not going to go through that tightrope struggle. And also I tried, I watched through season 2 and I was bored to tears. The pilot is amazing. Everything else?
Yeah. I'm really bad with that kind of stuff. I've been watching Frasier since like 2010. I don't watch crap. I watch the same stuff over and
Are
over
you
again.
47 years old?
I love Frasier.
Frasier's an amazing show.
I don't care what anybody says.
It's an amazing show.
It is an amazing show. I'm Dr. Fraser Crane. Goodbye, Seattle. That's oh my God.
And I'm listening.
Oh my God. Niles? What's the thing? Sherry Niles?
That's
Oh
one of my
God.
favorite 30 Rock jokes is the cutaway to Black Frasier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. Oh my God.
That was a show I could not get into. Was
30 Rock? Oh my God.
I liked it.
A show that I really couldn't get into when I was like a teenager was Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore
I thought
Girls.
it was stupid. Let me
I'll let
continue.
you finish.
It came on Netflix recently.
Yes.
And I said, hey, why not?
Kimmy
Just
Schmidt.
for funsies.
Yeah.
Changed my life.
Gilmore Girls is one of the greatest
It's
shows
one of the most
ever
well-written
made.
shows
Oh, Gilmore Girls?
ever.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, you would love Gilmore Girls.
Really?
Yes. Lorelai.
If you can get over the fact that it's
Lorelai.
about like a white girl and her mom and their rich grandparents.
and their entire white
It's just
community.
It's just a great show about a small town that's well written and funny with lots of weird characters, and you love the people.
the jokes are on point.
The jokes are on point.
I'm
There are a lot of
definitely
jokes.
confusing this with Seventh Heaven.
Oh no
Oh,
no
no,
no!
don't-
That
no,
looks like the.
Fuck Seventh
I remember
Heaven.
I'd be
The
watching.
dad is a pedophile.
I'd be watching Full House on ABC Family, and then Seventh Heaven came on. I'd be like, well, gotta go.
My sister, she would only watch Seventh Heaven, Gilmore Girls, and Full House between the ages of like 8 and 16. And she was always watching TV in the house. So anytime I was at home, there would be one of those shows on. And that's how I got into Gilmore Girls, because she would just watch it all the time. Because
Yeah.
there'd be like 3 networks that all air it at
That
the same
reminds
time.
me, my sister, who you'll be interested in this, she only kept watching Medea movies. And your
Is this your
favorite
sister
movie.
on Instagram?
Hustle and
Yes,
Flow?
Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow is my all-time favorite
All
movie.
the time.
It's so good. Your
hot out
sister's
here for a
your sister's Instagram
I'm obsessed with
is
your sister.
the best thing ever.
My sister is actually
so
coming
good.
into town in a couple days, and I think we'll have her in for a table talk.
Yes!
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh!
Almost made it too.
Ever since we put this lens hood on the thing, it's made it so much harder.
Harder.
Barndorf.
Oh, look at Bree! She knows film stuff.
All right. Should we do? Are we good?
I think we're wrapping
good.
out.
I think
Yeah. How do you
I've heard
feel,
enough
Will?
from you fuckers.
How long has my leg been up here? It doesn't feel anymore.
Thank you guys for watching Table Talk. You can always submit your questions via the hashtag Table Talk on Twitter and the Reddit /r/SourceFed. I'm Matt Lieberman.
And I'm Brie Esrick.
I'm Arabia. I'm William Hain.
He's not a real gun.
No.
Damn it.
Driver, 33rd and 4th, and step on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god. Wow. You guys are in the Avengers.
We're just gonna shoot the shit about Game of Thrones. That's all there is to
Yeah.
it.
So
yeah.
the first episode was called The Wars to Come.